Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's Eddie Smits. So, I wanted to elaborate a little bit more about authentic connecting. And the thing that struck me the past days is, I took another route in my career after I did the TED Talk, and going again back to my roots, which is doing stuff for children. And I realized that doing stuff for children, if you want to do stuff for children, if you want to educate children, um, one of the best and strongest way to do that is through their parents, right? Because their parents are in connection with their children each day. But of course, what is the connection? And I can, let's say I want to, hi there, by the way. Let's say I want to make a comparison between the social media connection and real connection. Now, social media connection is, when you push the click button to connect or to add a friend. And that's for some of us, that's connection. I have a connection with. Now, it's the same with children. If you are around them, then you can say, I have a connection. Or I have children, I come home and I say hi to them, I have a connection. But that's not really connecting. Now, what I always try to do when I connect with people on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever is to have a conversation with them, just 10 minutes. And a lot of these times, people expect or people think that I want to sell them something. And I understand, because half of the time, or more than half of the time, somebody connects with you, they want to sell you something. But that's okay. That's really okay. It's up to you to say yes or no. But what I'm trying to say is I really want to, it's like going to the pub and sitting in the pub and somebody comes up to you and says, hey, how are you? And what are you doing? And like these kind of connections. And I believe we have to go back to that. And I can only speak for myself in Belgium that you used to have a lot of pubs in Belgium, but it's a dying thing, pubs. And maybe it's time to introduce that in social media. Now, I know there are a lot of people trying to do this with networking and stuff, and that's one of the ways you can really connect with people and talk to people and do something for people. It works vice versa. Ask what you can do for people, or ask them, or point them in a direction, or introduce them to people. That's all things you can do for people, and which is great. But if you want to sell, you sell. It's also good. Again, people have the power to say yes or no, so there's nothing wrong with that. So let's, next time, if we connect with somebody on social media, let's just do a 10-minute talk. Let's connect with them really. Let's do a Zoom talk. And find out a little bit more about them, just than what you see in their bio or whatever, because mostly a bio is drawn up to sell. So let that be the topic or the tip of the day. I don't know how to call it. I want to call it whatever. Is when next time when you connect with somebody, ask them for a talk. And see what comes out of them. Today I had a great talk with a South African woman called Bola. And we had a great talk. And, it was even more than that. And through the great talk, we were like 100% aligned. And what we even did, we literally programmed a masterclass together today. And it started just as a talk. And that's my point. If you don't start a talk with somebody, a conversation, a connection, a real connection about, hey, how are you? Where are you living? How much children do you have? Because that's all things that we call small talk, but these things are important. The things are important to know somebody about somebody before you go into business or before you do anything, actually. And again, it's not only business, it's just connect with them, just connect. And that's what I wanted to say today. So next time, if you see my next, that means if we didn't have a talk yet, if you're hearing this and we didn't have a talk yet, invite me for a talk, and let's talk for 15 minutes. What about that? Is that a good idea? I think it's a good idea. So invite me for a talk. That's all for now. Bye bye.